Roll.
Awesome. There you go. Go right ahead.
Okay, welcome everybody. It's an honor to be part of Special Olympics Maine and their virtual swim training program. You guys, this is such an awesome experience. I want to thank Lauren and all their staff, coaches, athletes, which are part of Special Olympics Maine. And a special shout out to Robin and Andrea for their commitment as trainers to the IM program and to the Special Olympics swimmers. In the fabulous state of Maine. You guys are impacting lives of swimmers in your state to be comfortable in and around water, and all the while advancing their swimming skills, setting and attaining goals, and providing basics for overall healthy lifestyle. You are athletes, and truly that's what the IM program is all about, is we want you to be treated as athletes, which means we want you to be trained like an athlete. We want you to take care of yourself as an athlete does. So anyway, for you, Tim, I'm going to say, my name is Diane, and along with a fabulous team at the Phelps Foundation, we are making strides to assist Special Olympics coaches around the world to be trained to execute excellence in swim programs. I am also a local swim coach. I have my own local program. So that's why if you heard Lauren say we're going to make sure you can get to swim practice on time tonight, that's the case. So when it gets to be 6:15 your time, I'm going to close down things. Also, I really take coaching pretty serious with my local. I want them to be the best they can be, both in and out of the water, which in a nutshell is what the IM program is all about. So last week, I basically gave a really brief piece about the foundation, Michael. So not Michael, Tim. So in 2009, the foundation, Michael Phelps Foundation, Kids Health, and Michael Phelps Swimming developed the IM program to encourage healthy and active lifestyles through health and wellness education, water safety courses, recreational pool activities, and swim training. The program is named after, do you know what Michael's signature event is? Tim? Luke?
I am.
That's why it's called the IM program. So individual medley. And you know, the individual medley, probably of all the events anybody swims, requires a lot of resilience and a lot of versatility, because you've got 4 strokes that you have to combine one race. All right.
What just happened?
Say, Diane, I think you're muted.
Okay, here I'm back.
Here you go.
Moving my mouse around. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
So the IM, the IM program, the IM also reiterates the abbreviation of IM. So I am strong. I am me. I am an athlete. So it's just an affirmation about who you are. So the program has 5 key bubble initiatives. In the I Am Safe, it's learn to swim. I Am Fun is playing games, all the while fostering and learning continued development in your swim skills. I Am Fast is totally a training regimen which is coordinated to further potential of each swimmer. I Am Healthy presents the basics of healthy living, which includes good eating habits, stress management, good mental health, and physical activity, which we touched last week. Tonight, we're going to touch onto one of the bubbles called I Am Successful, offers ways to set goals, develop a plan, work towards achievement, all based on Michael's dream, plan, and reach philosophy. So this is where we're going tonight. Any questions up to this point?
No.
Right. I know people are muted, so it takes a bit. Whoops. Now what? Hi, Andrea, you're here. You're outside.
Hello.
Hope you
Hey.
Hope you stay healthy.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Now, have you just started school and then are quarantined?
Sixth graders came back 3 weeks ago, then seventh graders came back 2 weeks ago, and this past Monday, yesterday, was the first day that the eighth graders are back, and now I'm in quarantine.
Oh, geez. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I think the variants are moving across our whole country very quickly, and I think that's what's kind of catching people by surprise, especially the young ones. So good health to you. I hope you stay healthy.
I appreciate it. And I do want to do a just general public service announcement to anybody watching that it's really important to wear your mask over your nose and your mouth and wear it properly, because there are a lot of times that students don't wear it properly. It hangs down and stuff like that. And that can be a problem. So public service announcement to all.
Wear that mask. Very true. I know. I don't know the reason why you'd want to wear a mask and have your nose sticking out. Today I saw two people with their mask up and their mouth was open. So I don't know. Whatever. That looked really weird. Okay, guys. So tonight we're going to start a discussion on goal setting. And goal setting is always basically started by a dream. You are dreaming about something. So a dream can be anything that you can imagine being or doing. So it could be a dream of you having a job of some place or doing something or you know, whatever you're doing. A dream can be anything. Every dream is a worthy dream. I want everyone to remember that they can be big and they can be small, but it's your dream and it's a worthy dream. So tonight we're going to talk about dreams, not the kind that you have sleeping. So I don't want to hear anyone talking about My dad was trying to tell me about a dream today that he was on a ladder and he kept climbing, and all of a sudden he was, you know, like almost ready to leave the atmosphere. And I thought, what in the world? Finally had to cut him off because I thought this dream is too weird. So we're not going to talk about your dreams at night. So tonight we're just going to talk about, you know, the dreams of what you want to be someday or do someday. So does anybody, can you raise your hand if you've had that kind of dream, like a dream in your mind that you want to be something, you know, you want to do something in swimming? I've had one of those. Andrea, does anybody else had a dream about something they wanted to do? Can you raise your hand? Luke, have you had a dream? Yeah, I thought so. Kaylin, I can't see you. Do you have your hand up? Okay.
It is up.
And Tim, did you have your hand up? Have you had a dream? Okay, good. Well, I figured you did, you know, that you all had. So, you know, Michael Phelps, he had a dream. He had a big dream. He wanted to be an Olympic swimmer. He also dreamed about winning gold medals. Someday I'm going to ask him, did you ever dream to where you'd be today with all those gold medals, with all that hardware? I don't know if that's what he ever thought, or he was just trying to think, you know, he dreamed of just winning one gold medal or many gold medals. I don't know. I'm sure there's parts of his dream that would be very interesting to talk to him about. So anyway, so tonight we're gonna talk about dreams, and then what we're doing with our dreams is, as we talk about our dreams are going to move into a goal. And this can be a life goal, a swimming goal, it can be a long-term goal, way into the future, or it can be a very short-term goal. It can be a goal for tomorrow. So anyway, we're going to talk about that.
You got muted again.
Diane, I think you might have muted again. Oh, there you go.
I'm back. So anyway, I hit my desk and for some reason it did that. So can anybody tell me if they've got a dream right now that they can just tell me what that dream is about? Tim, do you have a dream?
I would say, for me personally, as a athlete from the state of Maine and being involved with Maine Special Olympics for many, many years, the pandemic has been really tough for me personally in my own life. I'd rather not talk a lot about it, but as an athlete, I would say that the pandemic has been, for me personally, very challenging for me. Ever since after the Winter Games, we had to shut everything down, and for me, we were in the middle of Lauren and I were at Chever's doing our floor hockey season, and all of a sudden, all our events were canceled or postponed, and I was kind of looking forward to continuing, being very athletic with Special Olympics Maine, and then the pandemic hit, and
Timmy,
so the pandemic was really the big problem for me, and I'm sure a lot of athletes in Maine and around the world. So I would say,
your dream is to get back to normal and be back in Special Olympics?
yeah, I mean, Lauren and I have been doing a bunch of fun activities. During January and February, did 2 exercises class a week with her, and doing some more Zoom calls, but it's the pandemic has been a huge problem for me, especially because I'm a very active athlete, and I kind of, even though I do enjoy the Zoom calls we do, it's just not the same.
I hear ya. I
It's
think
it's
you're
not
right,
it's
Timmy.
it's not the same anymore.
You're totally right. And I think, Diane, you hit it on the head, is that a lot of our athletes, I think that dream or what they're looking forward to most is getting back to play, right, Tim? Getting back to being in person with athletes more, with their teams more, and having that dream. And some of us even dreaming of that at night. And I know we were joking about that before, but I hear ya that sometimes I wake up and I'm like, wow, that's nice that I was planning for an event, and getting to that point and dreaming of that point that we are back to play. And you make such a good point, Tim, is that so many of us miss that. It's so true.
And I would also say, I find that the Zoom calls that I've done with Lauren and the classes that she does helps me out too, even though we're in a pandemic and we really can't be with everybody. The different classes that Lauren has planned for me, or for me especially, it helps me because I'm living in a whole different, not only is the pandemic affected me, but I have something very important, very serious to talk to Lauren about tomorrow, but this goes with just missing a lot of my friends that like going to basketball at USM's, swimming at the Cumberland County Swimming and the state swimming, and just the dream is this pandemic. It's just the whole pandemic thing.
You're absolutely right. And I know, Timmy, too, some of those lessons that we might not be getting to today, but that have a lot of those kind of points you were talking about are those roadblocks, right? So they might be roadblocks within your individual health, the pandemic, other things are going around us right now. They're acting as those roadblocks, are interfering with how we normally, right, participate with Special Olympics, or how we normally live our life, which is really hard. Thank you so much, Tim, for sharing that. We will definitely follow up tomorrow too. All right.
I do have some stuff to talk about with you tomorrow, so I can't wait to do that tomorrow, Lauren.
I'm looking
Thanks.
forward to it too. Yeah, absolutely, Tim.
Hey, Luke.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Tim. Luke, do you have anything? Do you have a dream right now that you'd like to share real quickly?
I do.
Okay.
So my dream is a workout kind of dream.
A workout?
Yes, a workout dream.
Okay.
And a long time ago, I had something called blood clots back then.
Okay. Wow.
And after I got back to walking again, I started running.
Oh.
And I felt, since I'm going a lot faster, now I want to get faster and stronger. So when I go back to swimming, I can probably show them what I can do, all this work I've been doing.
Okay. Good one. All right. Kaylin, do you have anything you want to share?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So I have a couple of dreams, but I'll try to make it short.
Okay.
One of my dreams is I would love to be an official, like be one of the special, be a swimming official. That was one of my dreams.
Okay.
And then I've already conquered one of my dreams because I helped my sister out with the barn and everything. And I've always wanted to help my sister and be a riding instructor like her.
Okay.
That's helping her with the business. And then my other thing in swimming is I would like to get stronger in my 100 butterfly. And
Okay.
then I would like to just get stronger in all my strokes and everything in swimming, but mostly my 100 fly,
Okay.
because I like to follow Michael Phelps' dream and be a wonderful butterflyer.
Well, okay. All right. Well, guys, thank you all for sharing what you did. But based on what we heard, you all can tell that not everyone has the same dream. And so you may have the same dream, is that you're anxious to get back in with your teams and have Special Olympics back to what it was. But then you have individual dreams that are more just for you. That's your dream that you want to meet. You want to meet that goal, that dream. So as I stated earlier, dreams come in all shapes and sizes, from really big to a lot smaller. And like Kaylin was telling us, and even Luke, you both have overcome some obstacles. And Luke had some blood clots, he had some health issues, and then he went to running, and now he's running faster and faster, and he wants to do that with swimming. And Kaylin, your dream and your goal was to help your sister with the barn, and I think that's huge. That's huge. So very proud of both of you. And Tim, I'm proud with you. It sounds like the best thing about you is you will talk about your issues with someone that's very comfortable with you, and that's Lauren. And that's a great thing.
Lauren and I have been friends for a very long time. So.
You're very lucky, and that's what we all need. And we're going to talk about that too, as far as goal setting and our dreams. So, I want you guys to all know it's very okay to dream big. In fact, it's great when you do. Even though your dream does not come true, that doesn't mean you're failing. Dreams help us inspire to to imagine other possibilities that we have for ourselves. So a huge, huge dream, just because you don't mean it, there's other facets of it that change you to do other things. So you guys have kind of gone through what you have for some dreams, you know, for the rest of this year and going forward. So we're going to kind of move here quickly a little bit. Lauren, could you share the imagine your dream, that cloud?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely can.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, there it is. Okay, guys, now I don't know if any of you looked at the lessons that Lauren had sent out with the email about the meeting, but if you have not looked at these handouts that we're going to kind of go through tonight pretty quickly, is I want you to sit down and go through them, because when we meet again and talk about I Am Successful on the last meeting in April, we want to work on a dream you have, and then how to execute and get to that, to make that dream successful. So here is basically, I want you with this handout, and you don't necessarily have to print out this handout. If you just want to take a piece of paper between now and next week, draw your dream. I don't care what kind of artist you are, you can draw it, or just write out what your dream is. Just write out what one dream is, one dream for this year. All right. So I want everybody to do this, because it's very important when we start going to get to a goal. If I don't know and can help you to where we want to start, it's going to be really hard to get to the end. All right. So did anybody work on the handout before our meeting tonight? Luke, Kaylin?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, please try to get to this. All right. It's really important. You know, my swimmers, every year we do this, we do the same exercise. Every year they get the same handout and they draw a picture, or they tell me in words what their dream is. I will tell you, for the most part, for everyone, is that once we get it broken apart and we talk about it, they do meet their dream. And I'll give you a real short story. One of my swimmers has always wanted to get her driver's license. And she also wanted to buy a car. She, for years, I want to say for 15 years, took her driver's test, tried to drive, would fail, kept redoing it, doing it. So finally, she hired a driving instructor and she passed her driving test. Well, then all along, all these years, she's been saving money, her tips, extra money from this, extra money from that. And she bought a car last week. I'm not kidding you. I've never been so excited for someone to have a dream. It was so thrilling. But she said the only way that she got to where she was to have her dream turn into a goal was that she had started with lesson 1. And in lesson 1, I went back and looked at it. And yes, she drew herself taking a driver's test. And yes, she did drew a picture of herself driving a car. So that's how important it is. All right, guys. So now, Lauren, you can go ahead and stop that share.
All right.
And we'll
I'm
go
sorry.
back.
Thank you.
So, so what we've kind of learned tonight, and kind of in a quick synopsis, is a dream is anything you can imagine you want to do or become. So as you're drawing your picture, you imagine yourself what you want to do or you want to become. So maybe you have a goal of being something or someone. That's great. And then dreams, remember, dreams come in all sizes. It's great to dream big, but smaller dreams are also important. Sometimes smaller dreams get you to a bigger dream. And then imagine your dreams. They do inspire us to do great things. We all dream, you even dream as you get older. My dad's 90 years old. he still dreams of things and he sets goals, and you know, his life is still very, very important to him, and he wants to do things because he always says, when I leave this physical earth, I want to be able to have said I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish, and that goes with setting goals. So can you put out the interview handout then, Lauren? It's called Dream Interview. Okay, guys. So, whoops, that's not the dream one. It's the one where, there it is. Okay, thank you. So on this interview, I want you guys, after, you know, you've gotten your dream drawed out, I want you to go and have somebody interview you about your dream. But then I also want you to go and interview someone else, several other people, one for sure, but maybe a couple other people about their dreams. So Tim, you could interview Lauren tomorrow after you talk about, you know, whatever your issue is, and you and Lauren get to a point that it's solved. I want you to interview Lauren and find out what her dream is, okay? All right. And so, and then Luke, the same thing with you and Kaylin. So you got to find someone to interview you about your dream that you draw the picture of. And then I want you to interview people, or someone for sure, about their dream. Okay, you can stop that share. So those are the two worksheets, guys. That was on lesson 1 when Lauren sent that out. All right, so now
Hey,
what?
Diane, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Can we interview anybody, or does it have to be a person like that has a disability?
No,
Like,
it could be
can
anybody.
it be like my husband and everything?
It could be your husband. It could be
My
the
sister?
local bank, you know, owner or a loan officer, you know, or whoever you go to the drive-in window and make a deposit into your account. You can interview anybody you want to interview. Okay.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I've had some real interesting people that they've interviewed. Actually, I had one of my swimmers interview their garbage man because they really, really were fascinated about how these big trucks worked. And so to them, it was, you know, it was very good. And this gentleman told him, I was a very young child and always had a fascination with big trucks. So I've been a garbage man my whole life, and I love it because it's a big truck. So all right, so anybody. All right, guys, now we're going to move to kind of about lesson 2 a little bit. And lesson 2 is basically now we're going to move into setting a goal. So a goal, remember, a goal is what you're going to do is you're going to take that dream and now you're going to get down to business to solve that, to meet that goal. All right, so that's what, you know, a goal is. Goal is also an assignment you give yourself so you can work towards your dream. So you meet that dream, reach that dream. And a goal, let's see. And goals are, let's see, sorry about this. I just goofed up something here. And then a good goal is an assignment in detail that tells you exactly how often, when, where, and how, and with whom you will help you meet your goal. So as you know, we stated earlier, a goal are the steps we take to meet our dream. All right. So it can be 2 steps, it can be 5 steps, it can be many steps. So if a dream is the part where you are imagining what's possible, then a goal is the part where you roll up your sleeves and you get to work to meet that dream. All right. So, Lauren, will you share the, I don't know if you have this one, the basketball player.
Oh, I don't know if I have that one, Diane. I have this for the goal, but
let me see what this. Okay, so I'm going to hit continue. So that'll stop your screen sharing, right?
yep, and I can stop right here. Yep, so you have it.
All right, so I'm going to share. And Oh, come on. Well, bear with me for 1 second here. I closed a window.
I have it. It's right here.
Did you pop it
Oh,
up?
there it is.
Oh, did you pop it up?
No, Robin has it in her handy dandy.
I'm like trying to show it.
Oh, you could show it though. Yeah.
I'm just attempting to help. That's what I can do tonight. Here's the basketball.
Okay.
If you highlight her in the speaker view, then you'll be able to have it be bigger seen so that everybody watching the recording can see it.
Let's see. Spotlight for everyone. There we go.
There we go. Good job. Okay, so guys. Okay, so here's just a little thing. Now, some of you guys might be basketball players, some of you aren't. But anyway, so for example, the dream is to become a great basketball player. So see, this guy's really doing a layup and knows what they're doing, or she, whoever. And you know, who can think of some goals that would help this person reach their dream? So does anybody have anything to say about that? Is maybe a goal trying my best?
Yeah.
Okay, that could be a goal. What about watching a game on TV? Well, that can be fun. That can be fun to do. And, you know, it doesn't really create any effort on your part. At least if you say trying your best, you might be out there shooting hoops. But you do learn from watching other people play sports, especially professional athletes. So it is good to watch, but that's not actually going to make you better. But what about practicing every day? Would that be? Yeah, that would be the one. So very good. So practice is what's going to make you attain goal. So think back to Michael Phelps. If he said, hey, I want to be an Olympic athlete and I want to win a lot of gold medals, but never showed up for the pool for practice, he may not be the most decorated Olympian, right?
Correct.
So practice is very important, and being dedicated to what you're moving forward to. Okay. Thank you, Robin. Okay, so now we're going to move on a little bit more, and you can stop sharing. That's good. And so now we're going to talk about a little bit that, what we've learned about goals. So what we've learned about goals is we have to build, have building blocks. Goals are building blocks to reach a dream. All right. So you build to get it. And then a dream becomes a reality when you set goals and work hard toward them one by one. So you can't just say, today I'm going to be a fast swimmer and expect that a fast swimmer from a practice on Tuesday you're going to be fast by the next practice on Thursday. That doesn't happen. It's over the long haul. And then goals are best if they're specific, if you can start on them now. So if you guys have a goal, start on it now. Since some of you may be in the water and may not be in the water, and you're doing dry land, continue to do that dry land. Build up, do more things, do what you can to start working on your dream right now. And if it's a dream too that's far in the future, that's okay. You can start working on that now as well. You gotta set a path for you. So the dreams and goals, you had that one up, Lauren.
Yep.
So this one, I'm doing good for time, but I am going to get out of here in about 4 minutes. So on this activity, I want this one, I have to have you do it in some form so that we can really start setting a pathway for your goals on the last lesson. So do this activity, and what you're going to do is you're going to put down your dream. you know, and then from there, you're going to draw lines to the other, how it is to meet that, you know, how to meet that dream. So, I want you to work on this. They're very simple to do, won't take you a long time. Maybe the longest time spending on these worksheets is going to have to do with, maybe you have a lot of dreams. I just want you to talk about one dream. So like Kaylin had 3 dreams. Luke kind of has 2 dreams, running faster, getting to swim faster. And, you know, Tim, you've got, I think you want to just get back with your friends and life back to normal. And Lauren can kind of help you with that, with you tomorrow with that. Okay. So
I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome.
I know it's going to be awesome. You know, guys, we don't know what the future is going to hold for us when we can get the pandemic under control. It may be the same and it may be different. And, you know, we'll just adjust. We're humans and we adjust well. I know it's been a lot of heartache for many of us, but we're gonna persevere. We're gonna make it through. And you just have to do that and keep positive. So does anybody have any questions at this point in time?
No.
Robin and Andrea, do you have any comments that you would like to say, or anything you want to interject?
One of the things that I always talk about with my students and athletes when we talk about setting goals is that they're measurable and realistic. And the measurable part is really important because I don't want my students or my athletes to say, I'm just going to do better, or I'm going to do more. Well, what does that look like?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you associate some sort of way to measure that goal that you've met it. For example, when it comes to, you know, I work with the students with the fitness assessments, say they're doing push-ups and they at first say, well, I want to do more push-ups. Well, what does that look like? Did you go from 1 to 2? Or are you actually saying you want to be able to do 10 push-ups and now you want to do 15 push-ups? Okay, so your goal is 15 push-ups. How can we achieve that? And then we have them set each week what they're going to do. So I think it's really important to set a number or a way to measure your goal so that you know that you've met it.
Right. And we will talk more about that next week, but I do appreciate your comments on that today, because that probably helps the 3 athletes quite a bit. So thank you very much, Andrea. Robin, do you have anything?
No, I think Andrea said it pretty well. Measuring, and I guess the one thing I would add is how many times a week. So we have how much, but when.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll talk about that as well next week.
Right. We'll talk about that as well. And that's really important. Attendance, you know, meeting those goals, those timelines, you know, and it's hard for sometimes for the athletes. And that's where we're going to be, as Lauren talked earlier, that's when the roadblocks come up. And, you know, you can't fulfill that, but it's a roadblock. So how are you going to re-navigate yourself to maybe overcome that roadblock? So we'll talk about that next week as well. Lauren, did you have anything more you'd like to say?
No, that was awesome. And I think that this specifically, these lessons are so integral, you know, to all of our athletes' experiences. Obviously, you know, we're catering it to, yes, within our Michael Phelps Foundation, but is definitely something that our coaches should grasp onto and definitely work with our athletes on. Because it's one of those things that I think life gets busy and you might have all of these dreams and goals and ways to want to be able to improve in things in your sport, but not many times, and I'm guilty of it, do we sit down and have it in front of us, you know, to be able to have it written down, to be able to have those steps like Andrea and Robin were saying to lead you to that point, to know that you're tracking it in a way. So really important to write it down. And that's something early on in my kind of sport career in high school and middle school that I heard a lot from coaches that said, write it down. And I'll never forget one dream that I always had that I'm not sure if Timmy or Kaylin that's on and new, but my dream was to play college ice hockey. And that was my dream for some time when I started when I was 6 years old. And I wrote it down when I was in 8th grade, and I still have the paper today. And I did. I was able to play, and it definitely, you know, it's one of those things that you can just keep in front of you and check off, you know, and be like, wow, I made it. Just similar to what Diane was saying with one of her athletes with getting her license, which is incredible. So not only does it have to be a facet, you know, within Special Olympics or specifically sports, but in any type, in any area of your life. So Diane, thank you so much for coming on. Definitely, I was going to say, we'll have these worksheets again to send out to you, Luke and Kaylin and Tim, and all of our other athletes that are tuning in after with their recording. We'll make sure to send those out. Timmy, I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Kaylin
Oh, so
and
am
Luke.
I.
Kaylin and Luke, thanks for popping on. And as always, Rob and Andrea, and especially Diane, thank you guys so much for coming on. So excited. We'll definitely look forward to next week.
Okay, great. Thank you guys all. And it's so nice meeting
Bye-bye.
you. All righty. Bye-bye.
Have fun,
Bye.
Diane. Good luck at practice. Thank you.
You guys.
Bye.